Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, then welcome. It's lovely to meet you. I hope that I can help you with whatever it is that you are here for. Today we're going to be doing two readings, two separate videos though, but this question is, who will they choose? Okay, now this can be a girl, a boy, a non-binary person, whatever floats your boat. It is going to be more so romantic, but if anything else comes through, then we will let it do so. Now I have got, even though you guys can't tell, but I am in a different area today. I'm babysitting my best friend's 7-week-old puppy. Oh my gosh, her name is Rosie. She's asleep next to me. I would show you, but I've literally got my camera like very carefully balanced on a pole hanging over this area right now, and any delicate movement could seriously send things wrong. So I'm not going to move my phone now, but I will post a picture. I have posted a picture, but I'm going to post another picture of her anyway because I love her so much, to my Instagram. So my it's on my animal rescue page, so if you want to go and follow me there, you can. I've also got my YouTube channel, Instagram there if you want to follow me there, but I'll be posting pictures of Rosie to my animal rescue. But anyway, let's get into the reading. So we've got the question, who will they choose? Okay, we have group number 1 with the rose quartz, group number 2 with the selenite, and group number 3 with the amethyst. So that's the rose quartz. This is the selenite. And we have the amethyst. Okay, so take your time to choose. You're welcome to take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And if you need to pause the video, feel welcome to, but otherwise we're going to get straight into it. Gosh, fluff everywhere. Okay. Hello, group number 1. So we're going to start with the Sentinel Tarot deck as usual. And we're going to be asking the question, who will they choose? Ooh. Okay, so we have the Chariot. Which room have we got there? We've got the 7 of Swords. What else? Okay, we have Temperance. I dropped it. So Temperance. And we have the King of Swords. King of Pentacles. Interesting. Oh my Lord. King of Cups. Wow. Let's go one more. I think that might be it. Nothing else is jumping out. Okay. Okay, let's get a feel for these energies, shall we? King of Swords, Temperance, the Chariot. So they are making a decision, that's for sure. They're making a move, and it's going to be towards their truest desires. I don't think there's going to be any sort of compromise here. They are making a move towards their twin flame, soulmate, whomever they feel most connected to. Okay, and it's almost like they've had to spin the dice and take a risk, I feel, and I feel like they're really like, we're rushing into the decision almost, and you've just been waiting for the penny to drop basically, and you feel like you are very confused, you feel very deceived, you don't know what this person is thinking, and you just want to find some balance with them. I think to you, you're very passionate. You're very, very passionate. But it's passion that's ridden through you on the wings of confusion, depression even. I feel like this hasn't been an easy relationship for you at all. I think it's been, like, relationships are never easy, but I feel, unfortunately, like you have come to this place of love for this person, despite feeling angry and depressed. And so that's why you're so passionate about them, because they make you feel balanced. They make you feel calm and soothed, okay? And we've got the sun rising in the background. I feel like, you know, as the sun rises, this is spinning, you know, their thoughts are working, they're thinking clearly. They definitely want to be honest about what they want, but whilst they've been trying to figure it out, they've been keeping everything very under wraps. They probably haven't been communicating with you at all. Yeah, I'm definitely feeling for some of you there's been no communication, and if there has been any, it's just been very like, hey, going, yep, good, yep, great, and that's it, you know? And they've definitely had their head down in the sand. Yeah, they've definitely just like, that's why you feel so deceived and confused, because it's just been like, you literally have no clue what's going on with this person. Even for some of you, I feel like you see them every day, maybe at work or something, but it's like you don't know who they are anymore. Like, it's like they pretend to be too busy with work to talk to you, or like, oh, they can't go out for lunch with you because they've got too much to do, or they've got a meeting so they can't talk for long, like that kind of stuff. Like, they're always just keeping their head in the sand, not giving you much at all. But it's been a process for them. It's like they've gone, you know what, I want to find balance, and I want to be honest with this decision, I want to be honest with this person. And they've been going through this transformation because maybe they have been a bit sneaky before and a bit deceitful, and maybe been even a little bit flirty. Yeah, because they've seen you in your single energy, and they know that they can have fun with you and flirt with you. But they're going through this transformation where they want to speak their truth and they want to be honest about their feelings. So they're coming out of this place of deceit, and I think they're the kind of person they've always wanted to have, pardon me, the fulfillment of their desires. But for some reason in this instance, they just weren't being honest even with themselves about how they could go about getting them. And so that's why they've made this decision. So we've got an antique clock in this house, so we'll let that chime. Bloody 12 o'clock. Okay, cool. So they've thought, you know, okay, it's time for me to make a decision. So they put their head in the sand. They really allowed themselves to work it out. They focused on work and other things in life whilst they made a decision. But I still feel like it was a bit of a whirlwind, or at least it felt like a whirlwind for them. And there might have been a third party involved for some of you, and that's what was delaying them. Maybe that's why there was some of that deceit. But I see that just for some of you. For most of you, what I'm seeing is that they're coming into this King of Cups energy. They're ready to make an offer to you and be your king. And I do feel like they're going to choose you because we've got celebration here. And also we've got the sun coming up on the horizon. It's almost like, yeah, the sun's nearly risen. You've nearly got the answer. Let's see what else pops up. Whoops. Yeah, so if there is a third party involved here and you're wondering if they're going to choose you, the sun's rising. And yes, there is a third party involved, but I think you're going to have cause for celebration because you've got the Page of Pentacles. They're going to be ready to make you an offer that they've been thinking very carefully about. And it's almost like they it's going to take some strength for them to make you this offer, but it's not going to be fully what they want to offer you. It's almost like it's going to be, because they're afraid, it's not going to be completely, they're not going to be completely telling you everything. They're not going to, like, they might say that they want to be, they might say that they don't want to be with the other person, but they might not necessarily say that they want to be with you just yet, okay? But eventually they are going to come through and say, yes, I want to make you this offer, I want to be with you. But at the moment, they're just in that introspection of trying to figure out exactly how they want to go about it. But the sun is rising, like the new dawn is on its way. I don't think you have long to wait, because they are going to come to you in this King of Cups energy. And I think this is representative also of like, they really want emotional fulfillment. They want happiness, okay? And this is almost like the release. They're taking off the blindfold, they're throwing it away, and they're coming to you with truth and integrity, and they're going to say, yes, you are my son, yes, I want to be happy with you, you are my person. Okay, let's take some Arthurian tarots for further clarification. But there's definitely been some sort of deceit that you've been going through, and that might have something to do with a third party. But I feel like you've been very confused and just really barren of any information. Like, yeah, like you've just been waiting, watching, like, when are you going to come to me? It's almost like you have this intuition, like you know that there's something going on beneath the surface. You know that they have feelings for you, but it's like they're not speaking them. And it's only, remember how I said they're like very flirty with you? Like it's only been suggested through, mildly through like, through flirtations, and never decisively with their words or honestly, you know. We've got the Five of Cups. I feel like this is indicative that they're going to turn away from the cups that they see as fallen over, which is, I think they're going to turn away from this past that they've been experiencing where they're not truthful to themselves, and they want to start a new journey with you. And see how they're like looking out through the fog? I feel like the fog is lifting as they try to make a decision, the Two of Pentacles. But yeah, they're still just in this King of Swords and King of Pentacles energy, not quite 100% sure. But they are coming into this King of Cups energy with their stamina and with their ambition. They will make the right decision, but they're just being patient. I think they already know what offer they want to make to you, but they're just thinking about the right way to go about it. Yeah, and then we have the Lovers, and they are going to approach you, and it's going to be very much through your patience and their patience to make sure that it is the right decision. Or when I say the right decision, I think they've already chosen you, but they want to know that they're making the right decision in the sense that they want to know that the way that they tell you and the way that they approach you is correct for some of you, is what I'm feeling, okay? For some of you, it might still be whether or not they're choosing you, but for most of you, I feel like as the cards develop, that yes, they have already chosen you, and they already feel that presence of love with you, but maybe you might be turning away from them a little bit, and maybe they're unsure if you still want them, okay? So for some of you, we'll get some further clarification, but that might be a message for some of you, is that you need to show them that you still care, okay? Because if you feel like you've been deceived and you feel like you are confused, you might be acting as though you don't care, as a mode of protection, okay? Because it's almost like they're on their knee, they're begging you, pleading with you, please forgive me, please will you take my offer, okay? Whoops. But I feel like, yeah, there's just, the sun is shining through on you, and I think you're becoming illuminated to the truth, okay, in this moment. So, and I think they are very loyal to you as well. You might have been friends for a while, and they've been a very loyal friend, but they've just been deceitful, like they have been hiding their deeper feelings, you know, and perhaps you have been aware of those deeper feelings, yet never completely confident in them, okay? Let's see what else pops through. Okay, I think the Arthurian Tarot is done. Let's take some Moonology cards. Ooh. Okay. So we have faith in your dreams, waxing crescent moon. So it's funny that it's waxing moon. It's almost like they're just polishing and finishing up to make sure that the car is nice and squeaky clean before they present it to you. You know what I'm saying? They just want to make everything perfect because a new start is coming, and it's really magical. Like, this card's such a magical card, and like the moon is starting to become illuminated. You can see the shadows there, but everything is becoming clear. The details are becoming clear because a personal issue does reach resolution, full moon in Cancer, which means you're going to come to this emotional conclusion and you're very close to achieving your goal, the gibbous moon, okay? And your goal is to be with this person. So, and to me, it's very clear that yes, they've already chosen you, or they are going to choose you. Let's take a goddess card. He's awake, Rosie. Rosie just woke up. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Mumbo. Oh no, she's gone back to sleep. Very good. It's literally like having a baby. Oh, we have Inanna. Okay. Inanna is the ancient Sumerian mother goddess. Both the protector of grain and the queen of heaven, she combines earth and sky. She is powerful, self-sufficient, passionate, and many-sided. Sorry, I'm very tired. She is a fertility goddess as well as the source of the earth's wells, springs, and rivers. I think they see you as a source of equilibrium and a source of love and balance, and like a pool of wealth, like emotional, like I see like water as emotions, and like you've got a whole pool there. So like I really feel like they see you as like this bottomless pit of love, pretty much. And you had the Nine of Pentacles pop out as a representation of you. So I think they see you like Inanna as powerful, self-sufficient, and passionate, and many-sided. As she's a fertility goddess, I think, you know, you're in the embryonic phase of your relationship. I think that they see you as someone that they can build a life with, and maybe even a family. Pardon me. Inanna is a representation of many facets that go into being feminine, as well as a guide into the dark places of psychological and spiritual death and disintegration. And I really see that as the disintegration of your fears and the disintegration of deceit that has been happening between you two, and you're going to come into this rebirth and be honest with one another. Let's take an animal spirit card. And I just took the top card from the tarots, and we've got the sun again. Like, you two are really going to be happy together. All right, so we'll take an animal spirit card. Frog, healing, yeah, rejuvenation. Frog turns into the prince. Okay, you're coming into a time of healing with one another, and transformation as well. Okay, emotional healing, love, you know, is now descending upon you, is going to rain upon you and fulfill you. And we have the stingray. So yeah, they definitely see it as like a source of equilibrium, a source of growth. I feel like, yeah, the stingray is about healing as well. So I feel like you are very healing for them, and they are very healing for you, as I mentioned earlier. There's something else about the stingray. Oh, pardon me. Oh, I'm so sorry. So sorry. Okay, the stingray, developing confidence, sense of self, or spine. They're literally developing the spine and the confidence to approach you. Literally, okay? It's a pivotal point in personal growth. The moment has come when the stingray must decide between the old, the easy, comfortable, and familiar, and the new, the challenging, uncomfortable, and the unfamiliar, sorry. Yeah, they're very eager. They want to grow with you, for sure. They want to leave behind the old and cleanse and start anew and heal with you. Beautiful. Okay, let's take an angel oracle card and a mermaid oracle card as our final message. Nature. Okay, it might be good for you to go out into nature and explore, but I'm actually seeing this as like growth, like the seed of growth, and nurturing, nourishing. It's like a realm, like a fairy realm. It's like a new magical beginning. I don't know, I'm seeing a lot more than nature in this card, okay? And we've got like the indigo wings. So I feel like this is a very deep spiritual connection, even though it hasn't come up in the tarot cards. Indigo auras are very, indigo people, like star seeds, like, and they're rare too. I've only ever seen one indigo aura before. So I think that this is going to be transformative for the both of you. I think you're on the right path, spiritually with one another. And because we've got so much healing energy, like you are growing, indigo people are very healing, like they like to protect and love one another. So I think that as you come together, you'll be able to heal others more and heal one another, okay? So we've got simplify your life, eliminate clutter from your home and work life to balance the flow of activities. So that may or may not resonate with you, but again, we're seeing how she's in nature, and we've got the fairies, the little fairies in that card. So yeah, I'm seeing a magical new beginning, transformation. We've got the butterfly in there, and the waterfall, just like an abundance, emotional happiness, and time to move on. So it is time to let go of the old and want out so that the new can come in. So I think for you, you need to let go of resistance. You need to let go and forgive this deceit and this pain that you've been through. It's time to move on from that so that you can send out that energy to them, that you're ready to come into union with them and heal with them, okay? Remember how in the White Heart card, the Lovers, she was a little bit turned away. So you need to let the universe know that you've made your decision, okay? Because you might be a little bit emotionally closed off without even knowing it, okay? You need to let the universe know that yes, you're open to receiving love from this person, and despite your fears, you're willing to be vulnerable. You have the courage to be vulnerable with them and allow them to take this opportunity to be with you, okay? Because right now you're very much in this mode of protection and trying to shelter yourself because you're afraid of being vulnerable, but don't be, because this person will come to you faster, more quickly. They'll develop the courage and the spine to approach you sooner if they see that you are becoming and welcoming to them, okay? Because to them and to you, you're each other's worlds, all right? So it's just time for you to come together, but you need to release the resistance, yeah? Okay. Thank you so much for watching group number 1. I hope that was helpful for you. I am going to do another reading today. Will we get back together? So kind of a similar subject. So if you want to watch that one, that will be up later on my channel. after I upload this one. But yeah, if you'd like a private reading with me, my email's in the description box below, and I'll see you in the next reading, my loves. Bye. Say hello to everyone. Say hello. Yeah, good girl. Yeah, boop. Good girl. Hello, group number 2. Welcome. Okay, so we're going to start with the Sentinel Tarot deck as per usual. We're going to ask the question, will they choose you? And I've just spent... Oh, Lord. Okay. Well, Page of Cups and Ace of Cups. I'm going to say yes, but we'll see what else comes up before I confirm that. I literally did group number 1's reading about an hour and a half ago because Rosie woke up and I needed to play with her to get her to go back asleep. And now she's lying in her bed and she's grooming herself, but I think she'll fall asleep shortly. It's literally like babysitting a child. It's amazing. I love it. Okay. Wow. Okay. Knight of Swords. The Moon in reverse. 10 of Cups, but there was one card that fell on the ground between that, so I'll just walk around and get that. Bear with me a moment. Good girl. Good girl, Rosie. The Hermit in reverse. Okay. Oh, all right. Fancy. Very fancy indeed. So, yes, they're going to make you an emotional offer. Originally, it feels like the offer is going to be like you might not trust it. You might not realize what completely it is that they're offering you. I feel like they're going to be shy about the offer. So they're going to be like, oh, like, I like you. Let's go on a date. But like, really what they're saying is, hey, I love you. Can I marry you? If you know what I mean. Like, obviously, that's not what they're going to say, but, or it might be, but, it's definitely, I feel like the offer that they originally make you, like this Page of Cups offer, is not going to represent the true depth of emotion that they have for you, but it is going to be a little bit more honest than what they've been before. I really feel like they're thinking about it at the moment. They're thinking about approaching you. They've already made this decision. They already know what they want to give you, but I think they're very shy. Very shy, and now they're coming out of this, you know, the Hermit in reverse is like, it's time to take action. That's enough introspection. And the Moon is like secret feelings, okay? So, and I think there's a little bit of shame going on here. I don't know what it's about. I can't be specific, pardon me. But yeah, I'm definitely getting this feeling of shame here, and what is that feeling? What is that feeling? I've got this feeling right now and I don't know how to describe it. Let me come back to it. But it's unjustified shame. It's like they don't feel like they're good enough kind of shame. Like, even though you know they're good enough. So it's not like they deserve to feel shame, but it is there nonetheless. There's like this sense of like glugginess going on. I don't know how to describe it any better, like this gloominess. Like, I'm just imagining like the bottom of that river that the lobster has come out of. And we've got the Hermit in reverse. It's almost like, it's like the feeling you have when you're coming off drugs, like not recreational drugs, but like medicated drugs. Like when you're coming out of a general anesthetic, that kind of feeling, that glugginess. Like when you're really sleepy and you're waking up, but you can't wake up. Like if you've had sleeping tablets and it's really hard for you to wake up. I don't know if you'll all understand what I mean, but it feels like they're coming out of that and they're finally seeing clearly, they're finally thinking clearly, and they're ready to give you the Ace of Cups. Maybe the Page of Cups is like they don't actually know how to describe what they're feeling for you clearly, okay? Because it's almost like they've just been so gluggy that they just haven't been able to properly represent how they feel for you. But it is this wealth of emotion, like just constantly overflowing. And it is this clarity, and they want the Ten of Cups with you. They want a family with you. They want complete, you know, they want to live their life full circle with you. But there's definitely that sense of like they haven't been sharing that. Yeah, so they're walking away from some sort of way of living, I'm feeling. Not a person, but like some sort of way of living that's kept them in this moon and hermit mode. Like, I don't know, maybe they've been on antidepressants that weren't working, or maybe they weren't on antidepressants when they needed to be, or maybe they're moving away from people that make them feel crappy. I don't know, but they're definitely walking away from something, and that's what's helping them come into this clarity, okay, this space. And it's almost like, I feel like for group number 2, it might be for some of you that they're choosing between you and another person, but I'm definitely getting more so the feeling like, will they choose you or the lifestyle? Will they choose you or the addiction, you know? But yes, they will choose you. Yes, they're ready to take action. They've been thinking clearly, and now it's time to passionately move forward with you. I kind of feel like they make mountains out of molehills. They're very dramatic people. And I think that's maybe why they feel so, if they are depressed, because they just can't think clearly through the shit that's going on in their life, okay? And when I say they make mountains out of molehills, I mean like they've had such a build-up of crap happening to them that if something small happens, they're so exhausted already from all the big crap that's happened that the small thing is like this huge like dilemma, okay? Like because it takes so much effort for them because they're so exhausted to deal with it. I feel like they've been going through a lot of crap in their life, honestly, and they're finally coming out of that, and now they do have the energy for you, okay? And they're in this King of Wands energy. They're finally feeling vibrant. They're finally feeling fiery and passionate and within their power and within their strength, and like it's almost like they've overcome all of these problems, and now they recognize how strong they are, because it's like, hey, yeah, I was able to get through all of that. So if I can get through that, I can do anything. Okay, yeah. So there might have been some financial problems, because I feel like this has been a presentation to them. It's not so much what they want to present to you, but it's more so, well, a little bit. It's like, hey, look at how good I can handle these problems now. Look at how I can look how I've cleaned up my life. Can we be together now, you know? But it's almost like the universe has presented that to them too. It's like, hey, like you, yeah. I feel like they've been in this King of Pentacles in reverse energy. They've been really like too focused on the monetary things because maybe there wasn't enough there to support them. But the King of Cups is like, now they're like, they were in reverse. They weren't able to process emotional things because they had to focus too much on life, you know, and the problems of life just to survive. So they didn't have time for emotional processes, but now that's straight up and they do have time, and that's why they can come to you, okay? So let's take some Arthurian Tarot for more clarification. So I don't think you should be taking this personally, like in the sense how, like, if you don't feel like they were choosing you in the past, or if this has been a really long process, they weren't in their right energy. Their energy was really, they didn't even have time to love themselves, let alone another person. But now they love themselves. They can come to you in the truest sense, in the truest mode of self-love, of love towards you, because they have self-love, you know? Yeah, six of wands. They're ready to celebrate with you. The fog is clearing. They're starting to see clearly. The sun is rising and a new dawn approaches for you. It's not like they didn't have feelings for you, but, you know, if you don't love yourself, it's very hard to love others properly because you're constantly looking for validation from others for love. So if you have that validation within you, then you do truly love the other person unconditionally because you don't need them for anything. You just love them for them, you know? And I think that's how they love you now. They're not loving you for validation or based out of need. They love you just for you, okay? Four of Swords, yeah, so they've really been in this time of contemplation, but they're coming out of that now. See how it glows? It's almost like their contemplation has illuminated the way to clarity, okay? Because they started to have these clear thoughts now, and they've realized how they can go about living their life and take action towards, pardon me, this Ten of Cups and Ace of Cups, like this full fulfillment. We have the Devil as well. So they're finally, I feel like they're finally cutting the chain, like they're coming in from the cold and they're ready to come into a sanctuary with you, and they're cutting the chain between their, you know, I feel like they've been camouflaging, they've been hiding who or what they've been feeling, and it's like that camouflage is falling away and they're now ready to break apart from this depression or this way of living life and come into this new mode of living with you. All right, so we've got the Queen of Swords and the Ace of Wands. So again, they find clarity with you as well. I feel like you help them to think and feel more clearly. I feel like you are a clear path to their happiness, to their Ten of Cups as well. And you might have been through some similar experiences to what they've been through, but you've managed to cut yourself away from that crap. You have risen above the difficult times in your life, and it's like they've observed you doing that and they took action in the same way, okay? And now, because they've been able to take that action, they've become this Knight of Swords, Page of Cups, Ten of Cups energy, and they're ready to take action towards you. So yes, I do feel like they will choose you. Let's take a Mermaid Oracle. But for some of them with that Devil, it's like there is going to be some issues in the sense that they might feel seduced by the old way of life every now and then, you know. So because you, as the Queen of Swords, know what it's like to cleanse yourself of that devil energy, you will be a guiding force for them to continue to take action every day, to stay strong and to stay level-headed, okay? And they do have this sense of shame, this sense of worthiness that they were missing, or they might still be missing, but they're going to come out of that and they're going to feel that they are worthy and that they do deserve to be with you, okay? Because they are being helped. And that might be by you, but it's also by the divine. But I feel like you have been this subtle support network for them. You haven't been in their face, but I feel like you've always been there for them. And they recognize that. I feel like you really understand the depth of their emotions. And yeah, as I said, a new dawn is coming, okay? So changes are on the horizon. They're moving away from this, okay? The moon is setting and they're coming into this new Ace of Cups energy, because we have blessed change, okay? A major life change brings you great blessings. So as great as this is going to be for this person's mindset, it's also going to be great for your relationship And it's going to be really beautiful for you, okay? Because you finally get the love that you deserve, okay? And have faith that this is what's happening. This is the truth of it. You might be in the first steps of this process. You know, they might still be in that hermit phase, but about to flip the switch any day now. For some of you, they flip the switch and they're coming more so into this Knight of Swords energy, okay? For some of you, they're in that Four of Swords energy, okay? So they flip the switch, but they're still contemplating, you know? But have faith, nonetheless, your dreams are coming. You've got a wish fulfillment here, and you will come into union. Let's take an animal spirit card. Wow, okay, this is the third time we've had the stingray in a row. So the stingray is that they're developing a spine. They're, you know, they're finding the confidence to make the decision, to make the choice, to come towards you. And I feel like they're finally balanced. And if they're not, then they are coming into that balance, okay? But they do need some healing, or they have been healing, emotional healing. Yeah, remember how they had the King of Cups in reverse and then they had it straight up? So they might still be in that process of going through emotional healing before they can make you this Page of Cups and Ace of Cups offer, because as I was saying, they need to truly love themselves before they can come to you and tell you that they love you. Did I just say that weirdly? I don't even know. But you know what I'm saying, okay? For it to be the truest, most unconditional sense of love, they need to love themselves first. And they know that, and they're working on healing that, okay? And you are the dear to them. You're this beautiful, feminine, delicate person, and there is no way in hell that they want to taint you with this negativity, okay? Which is why they're in that Four of Swords energy. For some of them they're still, you know, in the Hermit energy. For some of them, they're still waiting to flip that King of Cups, okay? Because there's no way they're going to taint you. You are the light in the darkness. You are pure to them. And really like this like the beckoning of a new life, okay? It's like this, you permeate possibility to them, the possibilities that anything good and beautiful can happen in their life, okay? And they are wanting to create this beautiful, colorful life with you, okay? The spider is all about creation and manifestation, and this applies for you too. If you have any resistance to this happening, like any fears or anything like that, yeah, we've got the octopus, okay? So I feel like your head might be, you know, in a lot of places at once, trying to figure out what's going on with this person, trying to support them whilst trying to keep yourself balanced, because you don't feel like you're getting the validation that you need from them. But you need to remember as well that the validation you need comes from within you, okay? It's all in here. You need to love yourself first so that you can create this beautiful union together, all right? But you are creating that already. I feel like, you know, you're coming out of this phase of, you know, this steady, calm yet depressive mode into a place of learning, and soon you're very much going to come into this place of happiness and passion, okay? Let's take an Angel Oracle card. Romance. Yeah, so you are coming into union for sure. They will be choosing you, okay? If this has to do with another person, then you can consider the other person to have that addictive sense, like the same kind of bad qualities that an addiction would have, okay? This person might be gaslighting them, manipulating them, forcing them to come back into their life, or stopping them from leaving, okay? Very much treating them like how you would feel if you're addicted to something, like you were tethered to something, like with the devil. But they are going to untether themselves, okay? And they want to come into this romance with you. So if it is another person for you, same kind of vibe, but I am feeling more so it's a way of life, and they're choosing romance with you. They're choosing union with you instead of that old way of life. Okay, and we'll take a Goddess card. What's happening? Artemis. So she's the archaic mistress of animals, probably dates back to Paleolithic times. Her realm is the wilderness, and her concern extends to all wild, untamed things. She presides over the hunt and is the goddess of hunters. Fiercely individualistic and independent, she remains apart from the relationship to men. Despite her fierceness, she is addressed as a healing and soothing goddess. Yeah, because you are healing and soothing for this person. But they might see you as really fierce and strong. Because remember, you had that Queen of Swords. Protector of birth, she alleviates the suffering of women in childbirth. She is also responsible for the initiation of young girls. Artemis is a wonderful symbol of female independence. She reminds us of the value of solitude and the importance of wild, unprotected places. She shows us those frightening places that bring healing even through fear. So I even feel like this person is taking their time to make this offer to you because they feel like you're so independent that you're not even like concerned about waiting for them or thinking about them in that sense. Like, yes, you've been there to support them and help them, but I don't feel like they truly understand your desire, the depth of your desire for them, okay? So you may need to make that clear to them. Let's just pull out another tarot card to see if you should make anything clear to them or if you should just allow time and wait for this offer. Let's have a look. Okay. Okay, harvesting. So you've laid down the seeds and look, no, we need clarification on that. I feel like for some of you, yes, you should let them know. You know, I feel like you've laid down all the foundations of a good support network, a good friendship and everything, but you haven't laid that seed of romance just yet from your end of things. Like, although you're feeling it, I don't think you've made it clear that you're feeling it, okay? So if you have, then just allow that to harvest, okay? Allow time for them to come through to you. If you haven't, then perhaps it would be a good idea for you to just lay down that final seed and let them know that you desire them in a romantic sense, okay? Okay, because yeah, we've got the star, so I think you need to nourish them a little bit more if you haven't, okay? Give them a little bit more juice to come into your world in a romantic sense, okay? And look, you could do that vibrationally. You might even just have to release that resistance and vibrationally accept their love into your life and let the universe know that you are ready to accept their love. Or you might actually have to communicate that with them, but we'll see what the Moonology cards have to clarify. If they want to clarify at all, come on. Can you please clarify group number 2, please? Here we go. Okay. Meditate and contemplate, New Moon in Pisces. So I think this is significant to your intimate soul connection, okay? Because this is my Twin Flame 1111 soulmate card, okay, out of the Moonology deck, okay? And this is representative of the depth of emotion that you feel with this person, okay? But it's also like a dance, okay? So, you know, dance around and maybe drop some hints here and there and see how they respond to you. If they respond positively, if you don't feel receptiveness, it's not that they don't have the feelings for you, but maybe they're still in this mode where they're not actually absorbing what you're saying, okay? So unless you're willing to be really like distinct and tell them exactly what you're feeling. But let me get these cards. Okay, I've been getting these two cards together for a while now. It's really weird. So we've got communication is key. So as I was saying, you know, unless you choose to distinctly communicate what you're feeling with them, they may or may not pick up on the message. For those of you that have laid the seeds down, just allow it to harvest and wait for them to come to you with this Page of Cups and Ace of Cups offer, because you will get that 10 of Cups at the end of the day. That's the outcome card nonetheless. But if you choose not to say anything, that's okay. Just look at the bigger picture, which are presented to you here, and realize that yes, at the end of the day, you're still coming into this outcome, but you may have to release some resistance and just allow a little bit more time for things to develop. And I'm getting the message that some of you should use Amethyst for healing and meditation as well, because we had the meditation and contemplate, so that might help you to release some resistance. Okay, all right, thank you so much for watching. That's all I have for group number 2 today. I hope this was helpful for you. If you would like a private reading with me, then my email's in the description box below, and I'll see you in the next video, my loves. Ciao for now. Hello, group number 3. Alright, so it's officially overcast, so it's pretty gloom and doom in here, so I do apologize. But we're going to start with the Sentinel Tarot deck as usual, and we're asking for group number 3, will they choose you? Okay, and this could be a person, it could be, will they choose your lifestyle, will they choose you or a job, who knows? Okay, cool. So we have the Lovers. What else? Okay. Okay. Alright, so we have the 5 of Wands in reverse, which came out first. Then we have the 4 of Swords, which came out second. Then we have the High Priestess, which came out third, and then the Queen of Pentacles, which came out fourth, and then the Lovers. Okay. And the 9 of Wands. Okay, in reverse. Alright. So there's definitely been some kind of conflict, but the person's a little bit more willing to compromise with you than they might have previously been. Whilst there is still some sort of disagreement, it's not like you are in this really horrible argument. It's more so, like, it's not fiery, it's not passionate, it's not like really tense or angry. It's just like this, it's like a deeper kind of disagreement where it's on more of like a moral level, I feel. There's been kind of like a clash of spirits, or a clash in personality, or a clash in moral values, ethics, that kind of idea, where it's like you still have to respect the differences of the other person, but can you two mesh with those differences is the question. And I feel like you're both in this mode of contemplation, trying to figure out, especially this other person, they're especially trying to figure out if you can come together in the middle. And they see you as their High Priestess. They see you as someone who is very balanced, very intelligent. I don't think they would ever ask you to change, but it's almost like, okay, but I'm not going to change for you, so can I come to a point of compromise where you get to remain the same and I get to remain the same, and we continue to respect one another, okay? If that makes sense. And I think for you, you're also thinking in the same way, and I think you're the one waiting because the High Priestess awaits her counterpart. I feel like you're the one waiting. I think you've probably already made your decision after this time of contemplation. and you probably made the decision already that yes, you're okay with this and you can come to a balanced place, because the High Priestess is very balanced and compromising. So I feel like it wasn't that hard a decision for you. You probably had to think about it for a little bit, but at the end of the day, it wasn't really that hard a decision for you. You probably even felt a little bit spiritually guided by this decision, and now you're awaiting your person to see if they're willing to come to a point of compromise with you. And I feel like you've kind of had your head stuck in the sand, not trying to think about it too much. I almost get this sense for some of you, like this reading is kind of the first kind of time that you've thought about it in a while. I feel like you've been letting them go, do their own thing. You've been giving them their space, but now it's kind of like, oh, like, I've been real good here. I've been really patient. It's time for an answer, you know, but I don't feel like you want to impose on them, which is perhaps why you're watching this reading, and you've just been focusing on your work, and on your life and on your world, and you're comfortable in that. You've actually been okay with that. I don't feel like you have been feeling too torn up about this for some of you. Like, I think you understand the weight of the situation and how this could really change your life, but I don't think that you are stressing or devastated to a point where you can't function, okay? You're still functioning, and you're reserving that point of devastation for if they don't choose to come into a compromise with you. But, you know, the Lovers we have, it represents a decision, and I'm really seeing the clouds here, and I feel like for you, you're experiencing this growth if you're in the feminine energy, and the masculine energy is like still in this really passionate kind of phase of trying to figure out his life path and trying to figure out if that's with you, okay? So if you're the masculine energy, then maybe you are trying to figure it out still a little bit. Maybe you're not so much. You haven't made your decision yet. But if you're the feminine energy, then you've made your decision. And, you know, you'll always be conscious of this difference between you, but nonetheless, you allow that cycle to work, okay? But for them, they're still trying to figure it out. They're still feeling the fire of it, you know, they're still feeling that they're still going through that process, okay? And they are kind of tired of it, to be honest. Like, I feel like they've had their defenses up for a bit, and now they're kind of like, I really feel like they're about to come into a decision almost just out of exhaustion. Like, they want to make the right decision. I think they respect you enough that they want to make the right decision before they approach you, but I feel like they're getting exhausted by it, and they're ready to let their defenses down. They're ready to let their guard down. Okay, let's see what the other cards say. Yeah. So whatever decision is made, we'll find out hopefully, but I feel like it's going to it's going to be balancing for you anyway. Even if they don't choose you, I feel like you might not see it now, but it's going to be balancing for you, your life, this person's life, and your relationship together. And you might actually find you come back together in a different way than you expected, okay? I feel like this was a roadblock that was put upon you by the universe to help you figure out your soul's purpose, and same with this person as well, okay? I feel like this was almost a test, you know? This was the universe watching you both, testing you both, judging you both to see what choices you would make, okay? Let's see what else we have. Because this really feels like a deep issue. It's like a really, it's like feels really psychologically deep. Yeah, okay, so I think you are going to have to give some crumbs to this person. You are going to have to maybe persuade them a little bit, potentially. I think they're going to come to you almost like, I'm exhausted and I still don't know. And you might have to give them, you know, feed them a little bit of love and guidance for them to come into their decision, which, you know, they finally feel freed of this, you know, fiery wand energy. And it's like, oh, I can throw it off. Yes, I've made my decision. And the Sun, to me, yes, they choose you. Yes, they feel like they've made the right decision. They finally feel free and hopeful for the future again. Yeah, Page of Cups, they are going to choose you. They're going to come to you with an offer. For some of you, though, you might have to guide them a little bit more, make them a little bit of an offer yourself with some breadcrumbs, give them some breadcrumbs, and they will come to you with this offer. For some of them, they're just going to become exhausted, and maybe that exhaustion is going to help, I think like they've been overthinking it for some of them, and they're, if they just kind of have a breakdown, like they're exhausted, they might actually come into focus on how they're truly feeling, and they will make you this Page of Cups offer nonetheless. I think the end result for everyone is that, yes, they're going to make you this offer, but I think the way that they come about to making the offer is going to be very different for some of you. For some of you, it's going to be that you need to give them further guidance. For some of them, it's going to be that I think for a lot of you, there's going to be some sort of they're going to ask you for help. They're going to ask you, or say to you, I don't know, okay? I feel like they're not going to know, and you are going to give them some sort of like juice to be like, come on, like you can make this decision. You need to make this decision. I love you nonetheless, but this needs to be resolved, okay? And it's almost like they're going, oh, like they figured it out, like light bulb, okay? So yes, they are going to figure it out, and yes, they are going to choose you. Let's take some Arthurian tarots for some clarification. Yep, Ace of Wands. Okay, so I feel like they're going to feel really like happy that they finally made their decision. They're going to feel really like, thank fuck that's over, finally I could be happy. And we've got the Queen of Swords, and yeah, I think you've been like, you made your decision, you contemplated, and now you've just been like polishing and refining the way you feel and your thoughts about this, okay, so that when you finally when they finally make you this offer and you come back into communication about it, you're going to be really level-headed, okay? You're going to be really happy, but also really spiritually guided at the same time, because I think they might come to you so like excited and overwhelmed, and you're going to be like, it's cool, just stay calm, like, yeah, we've got this. But yeah, I think for some of them, they're still in that phase of like, it's trying to just make that decision, okay? For some of them, they're in this phase of, I'm exhausted, I don't know what to do, but some of them are in this phase of, it's time to make a decision, okay? And you're feeling like that too. You're like, come on, like this duality, like, it's time. I've been waiting, I've had time to even polish my sword, and you are still just lying in bed contemplating, like, get up and figure this out. Alright, let's take let's take some Moonology cards, is what I'm feeling. Actually. You and your loved ones are safe. I feel like this is indicative that your connection is safe. Your love with one another is safe. So even though it's been tested, nothing is yet set in stone. I feel like it was the universe testing you both on your life path. I don't feel like there was ever really a threat of your relationship falling apart. Even though it seems like that in the 3D world, I think in the 5D it was a universal test for your souls, okay? Because it's the mutable moon, so I really feel like let's get a little bit more clarification. There's something about how, yeah, your dreams need a practical plan. It's almost like you were really whimsical. I feel like you were both really whimsical, and the universe was like, hold up, like you still have got some work to do before you go and like jump off the cliff. I feel like you guys were really in that full energy, ready to take a leap of faith, but you were just going to fall straight off that cliff, okay? So the universe was like, no, you guys aren't ready yet, okay? You're not ready yet. Your dreams need a practical plan, all right? Let's take an animal spirit card. Okay, so it is time for you to be honest with one another. Okay, you're coming into this vibrant energy. Okay, once your person in question is honest with themselves, they are going to feel really like awakened and vibrant, and really, I really feel like they're going to be very excited. They're going to come to you in like this rush of happiness, okay, and you're going to be like, whoa, calm the fuck down, okay. You might even feel a little bit overwhelmed by it, or the lizard is indicative that they're feeling way too overwhelmed right now and they need some time to retreat so that they can think more clearly, okay, because we have the unicorn, which is all about believing in the magic of the universe. This is about spiritual transformation. This is like, yes, like these life lessons do happen because yes, you can have the fulfillment of your dreams, but you need some steady momentum to get there, okay? So I think the universe was testing you both to be like, yes, you can have this dream that you want, but not yet. There's no way you're ready yet. And so this was to make sure that you were both ready. So yes, you could have your unicorn, you know? And the 10 of Wands was just flipped over. I didn't even know how that happened. But yeah, I really feel like they're about to drop these wands. I feel like they're pretty exhausted right now for a lot of you. Let's take, pardon me, an Angel Oracle card. Balance, yeah, it's time to come into balance. And again, we have enchantment, we have the unicorn. So I think I see that just as a reiteration of that message. It's like you need the steady momentum to get to your dreams. Yes, you can have this wish fulfillment, but not until you're steady, because you're just going to fall off the cliff, or you're just going to stab someone with a unicorn horn, okay? If you run too fast, you need to still know where you're going, okay? You need to know your direction. You need to be balanced before you can take your direction, okay? I don't think you guys were balanced. Pardon me, sorry. And we'll take a Mermaid Oracle. Oh. Self-forgiveness. Let go of guilt, and remember that you're God's perfect child. So that may resonate with some of you, that you just need to forgive yourselves and forgive these people and forgive whatever you have done in this relationship, or what you two have collectively done as a couple, okay? But there needs to be some sort of forgiveness here to move forward. Explore your options. It's time to look at other possibilities. It's a good time to make changes. Okay, so for some of you, maybe if you go into that energy of exploring other options, it might kick your person into gear to be like, hey, that's mine. What the hell do you think you're doing? Okay, I've got to make a decision now because I'm wasting their time. All right? So, and it'll put you in that vibration of feeling loved again. And if you are in that vibration of feeling, knowing, touching, feeling, seeing, smelling what it's like to feel loved again, okay, you're going to attract that back into your, back into your life from that other person. But I feel like that's for a very small amount of you. I don't think that a lot of you need to do that. But remember how I was saying breadcrumbs? For some of you, that might be the breadcrumbs that work, okay? And let's take a Goddess card. And this is our final message. Okay. Bust. Bust or bustet or fast. Past? Past? I don't know. Was the Egyptian goddess who appeared in cat form. The Egyptians highly revered cats. The word for cat, mau, also denoted light and was cognate with the word for mother. The cat is a lunar animal and also a solar animal, representing the power of the sun as reflected in nature. Since the cat is an earth animal, Bast is also an earth mother goddess, a giver of life and abundance. In touch with her wild, instinctual nature, she also is a protector of women during childbirth. Like a cat, she is fiercely independent and belongs to no one but herself. Bast is one of the more joyful goddesses. Her elaborate festivals in the town of Babustis were renowned for their joyful dancing. Embodying a cat's gentler aspects, Bast is a personification of life and fruitfulness. The quintessential life-affirming mother, she reminds us to be playful and relaxed like a cat and to find occasions to celebrate life. So I find that really interesting because you know how cats really like to tease? Like they'll start to walk up to you and they might even rub up against your leg. And then as soon as you go to pick them up, they're like, run away. Or at least that's what my cat does. They're like, nope. And they try to bring you to their food because all they really wanted was for you to feed them. Okay. So I feel like you need to be like that cat, you know, maybe flirt with this person a little bit, give them a little bit of a tease, give them some breadcrumbs, and then be like, nope, you can't have it. And then they'll realize that, hey, I really want this still, and they will come back through to you, okay? Or check out some other options, get into that vibration, and your person is going to be like, hey, that's mine, back off, and they're going to come through to you again, okay? So that's an important message for some of you, but not all of you. Only do what resonates with you. Remember, this is just a general reading. Okay, that is all I have for you, group number 3. Thank you so much for watching. I'm really grateful. And if you'd like a private reading with me, then email's in the description box below. And I'll see you lovelies in the next video. Ciao for now.